everyone, I'm Grahtles, and welcome to a new episode of City Skylines. This is New Brighton, and if you don't know what I'm all about, I do Let's Plays, tutorials, tips, tricks on City Skylines, and I do play a couple other games as well. If you like my content, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. And the last time we left off, I had to clean up a huge mess. I put in college, university, and the varsity sports, and the varsity sports are a huge pain and drew a lot of traffic. So I went in there and I cleaned that up the last time, and I did have to do a little bit more. I had to move the aquatic center from the center off to the side and put the services in the middle because it was just drawing way too much traffic right down the middle. So today we're going to hop in and do Forestry from 0 to 5. I had to do University City at the same time, which is a huge new residential area. But I'm going to save that for the next episode. And today we're just going to do the forestry part. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing you need to do is run out your roads for your industrial area, and you have to take in consideration the amount of traffic you're going to get once you get to level 5 and kind of the placement of it. Here I am running their own on and off ramps to the highway. You always want to make sure that with your industry that they have direct access to the highway without going through any kind of residential areas and stuff like that, because otherwise it's going to get very cluttered with traffic. So here I just gave them their own on and off ramps directly to the industry area itself, and I used the 4-lane industrial roads just to give us a base of the middle of the industry area. So off the 4-lane industry roads, I like to do one-ways. It kind of gets the traffic moving and flowing in a direction that you can control. Otherwise, it gets really cluttered with trucks coming in and out in two different directions, and it will clog up the roads really quickly. So now I was thinking about electricity, and I didn't want to run in lines all the way across, so I used an updraft. It does produce quite a bit of electricity, and it fit the area quite well. There's no pollution or low pollution with that. And next I'm painting with the base game. So I'm just getting the base game down because I have a huge demand for industry, and I wanted to lay out just a little bit of industry base game. So next, I'm turning off the lights, and then I go into putting in our forestry main building. So here I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put it, and I decide putting it on this catty corner edge here looked the best coming in, and here we go. So next we're going to paint the area using the spot you get with the main building. So I just basically filled in the same amount as I did with the base game, and then I start adding the small crop fields that we get, and I thought we needed to put this off the main road. So a lot of times when I'm doing industry, I don't put them on the main road itself. I put them in, so it keeps the main roads clear of traffic and they can get around a lot easier. And once I did that, I was just kind of planning out where my next move was going to be when I add some more forestry when we level up. And I did kind of like an angle and going right into the 4-lane there. So next I go in and I add the small log storage off to the side here. And then I am starting to plan out where I want to put the sawmills, because some of these are pollution and some aren't, but I wanted to keep the sawmills off on the other side, and that is why I kind of broke it up into two little sections. I do add a little bit of both, some of the storage and some of the crops on both sides, but I do break it up a little bit. So here I'm just making sure all the electric is connecting, and yeah, everything seems to be good. So next I think that we need a bit of metro down here. I think everybody needs it to get back and forth to work. So I kind of used this central location to kind of connect this to. And this way people can get around and use that nice new hub of a metro station that we have right there in the middle to kind of get from every area. So now we reached level 2 and we got the biomass pellet plant, the furniture factory, the sawdust storage, the workers barracks, and the small saplings field. So I placed the workers barracks in 2 places. I actually used 2 of those. I'm hoping to get up our workers, and here I'm just putting in the saplings. Next I placed the biomass pellets plant. I know that definitely gives off pollution, so you definitely want to make sure you watch where you place it. So I think we're going to head off and get to level 3. So now we hit level 3 and we got the printing press, the medium tree plantation, and the large log storage. So here I just added the medium tree plantations, and I added a few roads just to get them in to fit right, and I do sneak a couple of roads behind it just in case we wanted to add anything else later on. Now I did get the furniture factory in the last level, and I got the printing press in this level. The furniture factory I place at the end, and the printing press we still need other industries to make more raw product. So we can't do that right away, so we'll have to wait until we get the oil and the ore. So yeah, we're just kind of fitting all this in and making sure the stoplights are turned off. So now I'm just going to add a road to add the large log storage, and I placed 2 of them in here. They're really big and they look pretty good over there. I like them there. We always have garbage issues with these industrial buildings. I don't know why, but they end up getting it collected. Also, we get a lot of robberies in the industry buildings. So I do have police and fire over here, I believe. So they should be getting taken care of. And I'm just checking the traffic just to make sure the flow is going okay and I have all my one-way roads set up properly. Now we reached level 4 and we get the engineered wood plant, the soft paper factory, the wood chip storage, the forest maintenance building, and the large tree saplings. So I'm just running some extra roads here. We have a lot of new things we have to add. Now the soft paper factory, that uses farming as well as forestry, so that can be placed later on. I did not include that in this episode because I do want to add a new cargo hub in one of our next episodes. So I'm probably going to do some kind of unique factories down there and some storage buildings, warehouses, just in our cargo area. So next I'm just leveling off the ground so I can move over the workers building and put in the maintenance building over in here. But it was too steep a slope, so I had to level it off, and then the road was sitting a little bit too high. So I ended up having to fix that, which I do in the next bit, and it works out quite well. I do have to adjust a little bit of the smaller roads to fit them in a little bit better, but it was not that big of a deal. So next we move down and we start adding the large tree saplings. They are quite big, but they fit in this place really well. And I just run another road around it, and I think I eventually turn them around so they're not on the same road as the other trees. Next I come in and I'm just going through what I have and what I need to add. So I find out I need to add the engineered wood plant, and I place those 2 right there. And now I grab the wood chip storage, and that happens to be quite a large bit. So I put it next to the engineered wood. I thought that would be good. And I think I go ahead and put in another road somewhere, just because this way when we continue to add, we have the roads there, and I shut off all the lights. So next I kind of look around at the crops we have and decide that I think we're going to add a few more. It helps to produce more materials, and then I go ahead and turn around these crops down in here so they face the other way and they're not on the same road as the others. So next I go back to where our metro is and I start running some walking paths to our residential areas. Because I did start putting in University City, I did have residents on this side and they were walking back and forth to the industrial area. And even though it's an industrial area, you still need your workers and people to get around. So don't forget that you can always put walking paths in your industrial areas. They do help quite a bit. So here we go. We finally leveled up to level 5. And we got the pulp mill, the modular house factory, and the large tree plantation. So I put these large plantations down in here. And I was a little upset I couldn't fit that fourth one, so I just cut the road off and redid the road. So when in doubt, just do that and you'll be able to fit whatever you want. So next I just add the roads back together, and there was a little bit, they were not snapping for some reason, but I got it. Next we go ahead and we put in the pulp mill. That is a polluting building, so be careful where you put it. You don't want to kill your crops. And lastly, we go ahead, add the furniture factory. Now I'm just kind of looking around for a good place for it, and I thought over here by the water would be good. And then we add the large warehouse. So we just put it on all forestry, so we'll just collect everything in there. So here's an overview of everything we did, and it does take up quite a bit of space. But I think overall it came out really nice. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. So I'm going to leave all of you off here. And if you like what I do and you like my content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.